start, we got some breaking news out of
Oh,
Evanston, Illinois.
hey, oh,
Northwestern, the Big Ten private school Pussycats, have let go of Pat Fitzgerald, the head football coach, after alleged bullying and messy situation here.
oh,
Messy situation. So let's get into it real quick. Um, Pat Fitzgerald, he was a linebacker back in the '90s. He's a college football Hall of Famer. He's been the head coach at Northwestern since 2006. He's
damn,
actually he's actually the school's winningest coach. He has 2 Big Ten West titles, and out of the 6 bowl wins that Northwestern has, he's got 5 of them.
wow,
So it's safe to say this guy is beloved in Chicago and in Illinois.
change that program.
Changed that program last year. They went 1-11, won their first game, and then dropped the next 11. So they sucked last year. They're 4-20 over the last 2 seasons. So not getting it done right now.
Yeah,
But we're talking about this because Pat Fitzgerald lost his job here. And this all started back on November 30th. Max, notice I didn't say June. I didn't say May. I didn't say March. This is
yeah.
from November 30th.
Last year.
Last year, on November 30th, a former player who has since left the school wrote an email to the senior athletic director for compliance at Northwestern. This email was later obtained by ESPN.
Okay.
In the email, the player outlined the practice of running, which is when a group of upperclassmen restrain a younger player and engage in sexualized behavior. This can happen when a player makes an on-field mistake. Max, give me your first thoughts here.
Well, honestly, before hearing anything about what actually happened inside of the locker room, I liked Fitzgerald. Okay, and a big reason why is because I always remember when I was in high school, all the people in the Dune conference, all the kids in the Dune conference and the coaches, we all met up, and he was a speaker at one of those. So while we were eating dinner, he came up and then he spoke, and I was like, oh man, like that was a good speech. He had he seemed like a good guy is what I'm saying. But man, what sexual activity do we speak of in this locker room?
We can only imagine right now. Sexualized behavior is what it is said to be. Like I said, this player wrote this email on November 30th. The investigation didn't start until January. The investigation supported the whistleblower's claims, but didn't find that Fitzgerald or the other coaches knew about the hazing activities, although, quote, they had opportunities to report and discover the hazing conduct, end quote. Initially, Fitzgerald received a 2-week unpaid suspension. Okay, and we thought maybe this is over. Maybe this might just fly under the rug. But then last Saturday, the whistleblower told his story to the Daily Northwestern, the student newspaper. He believes the university is trying to cover this up by releasing the findings from the investigation on Friday night of July 4th weekend.
Wow.
And the 2-week suspension for Fitzgerald was during a summer recruiting dead period. So what else would you be doing? So that's a bullshit suspension.
Yeah, I see that.
Back in January 2021, Fitzgerald signed a 10-year extension. He still owed more than $40 million. The current players on Northwestern, they are very upset with the Northwestern president and athletic director for the dismissal of Fitzgerald. They don't believe Fitzgerald should be gone.
Wow.
There has yet to be any players who have entered the transfer portal, but some are reportedly considering it. Max, last thing I got here before I give it over to you. This is not the only thing going on at Northwestern right now.
Wow.
With the baseball program, the Wildcats, they're also in heat. They got alleged bullying and abusive behavior by a coach. Max, what the fuck is going on in Evanston, Illinois?
Man, that is shocking to hear. Right now, I think that as far as this investigation goes, you got to go talk to the athletic director and see how what because it's under his leadership.
And the president.
Yeah, in the present, correct. So yeah, you definitely got to be looking at these guys and saying what the what the hell is going on? Are you? But I'm curious as to hear more about it as far as because it's based off of one guy that came out and said like that he was sexually harassed and Fitzgerald knew about it apparently.
Let me get back here. The investigation, excuse me. The investigation supported the whistleblower's claims, but didn't
Okay,
find that Fitzgerald or the other coaches knew about the hazing activities.
I see. So
But you're in charge of what's going on in your locker room.
yeah,
You're in
right.
charge of what's going on in your program. Just like with Alabama basketball, Brandon Miller, how Nate Oates came out and said, "Oh, wrong place at the wrong time. That's bullshit."
Yeah.
This is the same situation. You didn't have control over of the situation.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I see. I see. I guess the only other question that I would have for which, it's I'm sorry to hear that. And as far as this sexual assault happens, that's not good. It's terrible. And the
It's 2023. What
and
the
the
hell's going on?
and the person that and the person that sexually harassed the kid, well, it was probably another teammate, obviously. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Like that's what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I guess the one question that I had for the kid would be: did you actually come to the coaches? Did you ask the coaches? Did you bring it up to them? Because that's what I did not hear in this investigation.
You did not hear that correct.
Okay,
I'm curious about that also.
yeah. So it's just a little bit interesting to me that he comes out now or November, instead of talking to him about it. I don't know if he thought that, which I get it. Like he probably thought that he'd be hazed more, or a tattletale, in a way, right? But
A
sexual assault
whistleblower.
was yeah, but yeah, no, it's definitely a tough situation there, and man, it's man, that is an interesting one. It is his locker room though. You said it, Cobrizi. It is his locker room, so you got to make sure it's under control.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more to come out about this.
Yeah,
Northwestern looks bad by only giving him a 2-week suspension here in the summer.
yeah, sure.
They look bad. But I think more is going to come out on this and ridiculous behavior. Ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.